days, those L's, I couldn't sleep right now. I get paid, vacay, I'm staying B-side. Breaking the blues over steak, I gotta eat right. You could be my peace sign. I don't need bad energy around me. I just need sun, you're so cloudy. I wake up good, you're so grouchy. Please get from around me. When the truth don't work, you start telling lies. Thought you were down to ride, you weren't down to ride. Caught switching, you were picking sides. Don't blink, caught slipping like a slip and slide. I was shooting dice till I got a nosebleed. Money on the floor, can't get cold feet. Took a L, should've put it in the offering. Lord forgive me for my sins, don't know of me. Scary thoughts, I got scary thoughts. Lost control, now I'm taking charge. Breaking bills, friends breaking off. You could be the youngest, I'm the dawn. Kiss the ring, nah. In the scene like GOT. Stay awake, don't sleep.
Stay awake, don't sleep. I love that. That is something. Shout out to Epidemic Sound. If you are a YouTuber, it's worth the $15 a month to be able to go to Epidemic Sound and pull tracks and use them. Those are copyright-free songs that you're able to use. YouTube recommends it. So, you know what? Hey, I've had my fair share of copyright claims. So, as a creator, you're going to run into that from time to time. So, it's important to know the sources that you can go to where you can get copyright free material. YouTube itself has copyright free material. If you're looking for trap music or anything to go as a background, Karen, I'm giving you these tips, right? There's places if you want to get background music and things like that, but you guys got plenty of background music over there. You got River, you got, Royal with, their music. So, but anyway, shout out to the J Crew. Guys, welcome to the Midday Motivated Stream. I'm your host, J&J Video, aka Dawn. And yeah, resist nothing is today's topic. I want to give a shout out to everyone who is a member of the channel, a member of the J Crew. We went up one last night, guys. Thank you, Ashley, for subscribing. We are now at 597 subscribers, inching our way towards 600, and then onward and upward towards that 1K, baby. Once we get to 1K, we can move on and upward from there and look at possibly getting some backing from YouTube, and we can make this thing roll. So anyway, resist nothing is the topic of today. And what that is basically a piggyback off of the stream that we had the other day that was talking about awareness of acceptance. Okay. Acceptance is key, guys. I was listening again. It's so funny. Yesterday, since the stream yesterday, I've managed to listen to the full audiobook of Miracle Morning by Hal Elrod. And I've listened to it twice. I listened to it while I was putting up some LED lights and subliminally, because that's how I roll. I believe in, it's not going to get truly in there if I don't listen to it while I'm sleeping and let it, hit the subconscious. So I'd listen to it both ways. I listened to it throughout the day yesterday, and I listened to it while I was putting the lights up, and I got to it in its entirety. And I also put it on while I was sleeping and had a full night's sleep with it. And it's so funny because I feel like me and this guy are the same person, man. Like we're kindred spirits or something. We have legit now, I didn't die, but we have had very similar circumstances and have both been influenced by the same people. Now, he talks about Jim Rohn a lot. I haven't really listened to a lot of Jim Rohn. I listen to Motiversity when I'm working out, and I think they have some Jim Rohn stuff in there. But Eric Thomas is another good one. But this guy talks about Secrets of a Millionaire Mind by T. Harv Eker, which is a book that is the first book, by the way, that I actually started listening to subliminally. That's why I knew it worked. This was before I started really dealing with a lot of PTSD. I had already survived the cancer by that point, but this was literally before I started really delving into getting into the PTSD aspects and having, the weirdness of the thoughts. The weird thoughts started in 2000, either 7 or 8. Let me think. Because I had the cancer. This was right around Christmas time. So I have officially hit because I remember wishing and hoping that I would be home by Christmas. Look, you got a terminal disease, and can I make it home by Christmas? That's all I want to know. But I remember being mid to late December when I went through that in 2002. So I didn't start experiencing PTSD till like 5 years later. I guess I was still riding the high of having survived it and moving on, right? Because remember, I had the car accident a few months after that where I flipped in the truck. So, I felt like I was in a final destination type shit. Okay. Remember when, the death keeps coming for them and they keep escaping it. And I thought, and people were starting to be like, what is going on in your life? What's happening? The Grim Reaper is on your heels, girl. And because things kept happening that were life threatening. Right? So, but I didn't get into a weird frame of mind, but I realized why I didn't because I must have been suppressing any fears that I must have been having at that point. Um, and then the fear came up like 5 years later. I remember I was smoking some weed, and all of a sudden I started having a panic attack, and I started having them on a regular basis. Like my heart would start beating really fast, and I remember had one of the very first panic attacks I told you guys about when I right after smoking weed. Um, and my heart started doing that weird rhythm thing. And I was like, wow, what the hell is happening? And I was only like 25 then, right? So this happened when I'm in my like, approaching 40. I had just turned 40. And I remember thinking, and this is weird, this is before I listened to the Eckhart Tolle book, which is another book that he mentions in Miracle Morning, Eckhart Tolle. I'm like, damn, we are influenced by the same people. I remember thinking, resist nothing. And Eckhart Tolle mentions that in his book. When he found himself going through this vortex, when he woke up one night and I guess the way he describes it, he was like, I can't live with myself anymore. He was just severely distraught and depressed and just going through something. And I don't want to be, I can't deal with myself anymore. And then he thought, well, wait a minute. If I can't deal with myself, who am I? What am I talking about? I can't deal with myself. I am me. So is there two of me? And he starts going through this weirdness and he realizes that, wait a minute, if I'm separate, he started getting the epiphany that you are not your mind, is what was happening. And describes his experiences. He felt like he was falling into a vortex at that point. And he heard this voice inside of him say, resist nothing. So that was like I guess his interpretation of God speaking to him or the universe speaking to him through his portal. We all have that portal, that inner voice that you have. Yeah, that's God, dude. And no, we're not God, but we are. Okay, don't get it twisted. All of us collectively, our energy, our spirit are part of the creator. We are all broken off pieces of the creator. It's like a piece of pie. You know what I mean? So no, we are not the pie as a whole individually, but we are a piece of what is we know as God, the universe, the creator of all things. So we are all small facets of that. That's why it says you're made in his image. And I can't stand the pronoun thing. And I know even I do it, but God is not a he. Okay. But because the Bible was written and it has pronouns, okay, we refer to God as a he a lot. I'm not saying it's a she because I'm feminist, lesbian. No, I'm not saying it's a she either. God has no form. God is not a human being. So God is not a he or a she. Universe is not a he or a she. Okay. But you needed that to have creation. So of course we're made in the image to a point. We also have genders. So, but you know, I get off on a tangent, dude. He went through this thing where he heard this and resist nothing. So to me, that is saying, okay, accept whatever is happening. Accept whatever is happening. So how do you take that into your normal life? Well, when you have a situation, and Hal talks about when he's in a traffic jam, right? That has become Jen, I hope you're listening. That has become some of the most blissful time to him because he uses it. Well, usually we're not stuck at, well, we can be in Ocean, where we live at. When you're stuck in a traffic jam, use that as a time to meditate. Don't get pissed off about something that you can't control. You can't get up and physically pick the cars up and move them out of your way. We don't have flying cars yet, so it's not like you can do one of these moves. You can see what I would be doing, right? Let me go under this guy, go around. You know, okay. But you can't do that. So you have no choice but to sit there. Well, if you have no choice but to sit there, why would you allow yourself, because it's human nature, to go through a bunch of anxiety, especially if you're running late somewhere? Apparently, there's nothing you can do about it. So sprinkling salt in the wound is stupid because that's what you're doing when you allow your emotions to run away with you. You're sprinkling salt on a wound that is already open. So it's like, okay, I'm already in pain, but you know what? Let's make it even worse. Let's sprinkle some salt in there and really feel the sting. That's what you do when you allow your emotions to run away with you in a bad way. Not like now, like where it's good, baby. I'm burned up. Oh! No, I am not on any drugs. Okay. I did, however, I've started breaking my moringa up into 2 bottles. Um, I did just put 2 teaspoons in 1 bottle. But here lately, because I also take organic ashwagandha, right? So, and that's like 3,000 milligrams, right? So I'm like, you know what? I don't want to take all of that at once. So I broke that up into 2 bottles. And I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to split my moringa up and do 1 teaspoon and 1 teaspoon. So it's weird. You know, I'm used to all these years drinking 1 bottle. Now I'm drinking 2. So I have to make sure that I don't forget to drink my second bottle. But I did just drink the first one, so I don't know, man. Maybe that's where all the energy boost is coming from. But no, I told you that's why I don't drink. This is why I don't drink decaf. I mean, I don't drink caffeinated coffee. Would you give me caffeine right now? Okay, so yeah, that's where we're at with that. But resist nothing is telling you stop pouring salt in the wounds. Accept the moment. And I want to challenge you guys with the rest of December. What day are we in? Shout out to Vegan Knowledge JJ. Hi, love. Rebecca. Hi, baby. Rebecca Singletary. I am always, I'm always late to everything. Welcome to our world. We are always rushing around to blame it on the day job, okay? Blame it on the delivery business experience that we have. We're always, and without it, imagine how we were with it. We're always with somebody's food in the car, especially once we started getting busy. And busy times happened in the summer because we live in a resort area. So in the summertime, it was huge. And this is where the traffic came in. Okay. We were in, it took us 2 hours to go 2 blocks one time. And look, I remember I remember Jen. If you remember when I jumped out of the car and went in Victoria's because I had to go to the bathroom. I said, "Listen, we ain't going anywhere." And instead of me getting frustrated, I have got to go. Victoria's Crab House is right there. I'll see you in a few minutes because guess what? You're going to be right here when I'm done. And I'll be damned if she had only moved maybe a couple inches. I came out, got in the car, and hey, so why sit there, get frustrated, have to go to the bathroom, let that just get worse and worse and worse. So I'm yelling that I have to go to the bathroom. At the same time, I'm frustrated that we can't get this person's food. Hey, call the customer. Tell them we're in traffic. This is why you didn't want to come out, why you called us, remember? So yeah, we're going through the traffic right now. I don't want to hear you don't want to pay for this food. I'm sitting in this traffic for your ass. You're going to pay me for this food. You didn't want to go in it, so you called me. So yeah, call the customer. Hey, we're sitting in traffic. Okay. So cool. Thank you. Thank you. I knew you'd understand. Thank you. We'll see you as soon as we possibly can. Click. I'm going to the bathroom. Period. Do what you can in the moment to take away whatever stress you can. So now we don't have to worry about the customer bitching at us when we get there and threatening not to pay for the food. And I don't have to sit there having to pee because we're not moving. Restaurant's right there. I'm gonna go pick. Come back. Okay, let's just get through this the best we can. Period. Instead of sitting there stewing in it, okay, and we came up with an awesome joke. Listen, we had the supervisor named Stu, and he was really into pot. Get it? Stu into pot. Okay, you thought Jim was bad? She is. I get a lot of it from her, but I'm older than her, so she gets it from me technically. No, well, anyway. But the point of the matter is, I told you I'm a new caffeine. We do not need to put salt in the wounds. Do what you can in the moment to alleviate whatever stress that you can, what may be causing that stress. You know, we do this bill time a lot. When we have, rent and cell phone and electric and all of this, that, and the third. Listen, if you can talk to some of these creditors and say, hey, listen, I don't have it right now. Can you wait until the 20th? You can? Okay, great. Hey, can you defer that payment? Hey, I don't have all the rent, but I have a portion of it. Can you take the rest of it later in the month? And work things out. IRS, I told you guys, I gave you that cheat code before. They always talk about these lawyers. Call us because we can do, and then you end up owing them more than you owe the IRS. Talk to people. Call these places and take some of the stress off of you. Well, guess what? I thought I had to pay it all now. It turns out they can wait a couple weeks. So let's get this bill done, and then we'll pay them with the next paycheck. Robbing Peter to pay Paul. People have done it for years. Okay? So, but you get through, you get through until you are financially free or stable, which I know is coming. I know that's coming. I know it because I've known it since I was a kid that things were meant to happen. So with that in mind, I'm really, really, really learning how to not stress. And when it does happen, because let's keep it a buck. I'm gonna get stressed. I'm a human being. You are not gonna go through life and not at all ever have anything stress you out and feel that stress. But I've learned to use that 5-second rule, which I did not get from Hal Elrod, but I've learned that it's a thing apparently that I have fallen into organically on my own, just figuring out, hey, you know what? I get it, feel it, but let it go. So he's got a name for it. I'm going to borrow his name. I'm going with the 5-minute rule. 5-second, I said, I know, but I'm going with the 5-minute rule. I'm allowing myself to feel the fear. If I'm getting ready to go get on the slingshot down at the rides that we have here, I'm not going to tell myself, okay, don't be scared. What if that shit lets go, man? And I just happen to be the lucky customer that it separates from the gearing and we go flying off into the ocean. So yeah, you're going to have some fear. You're going to have anxiety. You're going to have stress. But the important thing is to not resist what is happening in the moment that is causing that stress. Resist nothing. Because when you bring up the resistance, that's when you start to feel stressed out. Feeling stressed out, feeling angry, feeling scared, feeling depressed is nothing more than resisting what is. Whatever's going on. Okay? Resisting what is. Now, this guy's like the flavor of the week for me now, okay? Because I've just read his book. I've just, gotten into who this guy is, didn't even know who he was. And I realized something. He has Miracle Morning. What's the name of this stream? I thought this morning, I told Jen, I said, whoa, Jen. The universe has dropped something in my lap right now. We have the midday motivated. What comes after the morning? Fucking midday, right? Both MMs. And I believe in the miracle. But this way, I don't step on his toes. He don't step on my toes. You have the morning. I have the midday, dude. Because we are preaching the same thing. But guess what? Here's where there's a spin. When you've gone through the miracle morning and you've done your morning ritual like I do, because that's what he talks about is what I already do. So I get a lot from his book, but at the same time, it's something that I already was doing. So I'm not getting maybe somebody who didn't already have a miracle morning ritual. But what happens when that wears off? What happens when you've gone through your miracle morning, you've gotten up, you've meditated, you've done yoga, you've worked out, and then you go out into the world? Or you come online and you see something that someone said about your channel or your hat or whatever. That didn't happen, but and someone's talking shit about you, or you go on somebody's live stream and you get into it with them. What happens when that morning turns sour and you've already done your miracle morning? You need the midday motivated to get rejuvenated. Okay, you have to come to a place where, okay, I've got to stop, take a breath, and I've got to get back in that zone. And that's when you come here and you get some motivation to go through the rest of your day. And you come here and you realize that shit happens. Okay, I've been through the car accident and the cancer too. Shit happens. Life is not perfect. No one ever said life was going to be perfect. But if you are the best you that you can be in the moment, be the best you can be in every moment that you are gifted, then and in doing that would mean that whatever happens, whatever your life situation is not you on the inside. So take care of your inside. Don't let all the shit that's going on out here get you like that. Okay? You have to remain calm. And the way to do that is to stop resisting what is happening to and around you. Now, does that mean if somebody's punching you in your face, okay, yeah, hit me. Yeah, no. Okay. Yeah. You're allowed to protect yourself. Okay. What did I say? Don't pour salt in the wound. I went to the bathroom. We called the customer. Don't sit there and there are things you can do to affect it. But in order to do that, though, you have to be in a place where you are thinking logically. You have to be in a place where you are calm in order to change the situation to what you prefer. I love that Karen threw prefer out there. I always used to say want. Now I love prefer. I prefer. So you have to be in a place in order to get to where, like Hal said, when the doctors told him, let me bring my babe in here. Okay, when the doctors diagnosed him with never being able to walk again after he had survived his car accident, they talked to his parents and they said, listen, we need you guys to talk to him. I watched one of his live conferences today, right? Not live, but I watched one of his and he was telling this story. The doctors talked to his parents. You got to talk to him. We think he's delusional because he's happy. We told him he's never going to walk again. He's going to be in a wheelchair, and he's actually embracing it, and he's happy. We think he's in denial. We think he's suppressing his feelings, and that's not healthy. It's not going to help him in the healing process. Can you talk to him? Can you figure out what's really going on? How does he really feel? So his dad did. He went in and he said, the doctors think you're suppressing your anxiety about never being able to walk again. And I want you to know you can talk to me. How do you really feel? He said, Dad, remember when I was in the sales organization and I learned about the 5-minute rule? Well, that's what I did. I realized I accepted the fact that I am going to forever be in a wheelchair. And I sat with it for a while and I felt all the emotion behind it. I had a good cry about it. I had an anger period. And then I realized, okay, there's nothing I can do about it. So I stopped feeling that way and said, okay, now that I've accepted that, now what do? Do I just let it happen? Or do I now change my focus to something else that I prefer? Well, what would I prefer? Well, what's the opposite of that? The opposite of that is you can walk and you will walk. So let's focus on whatever we can do to make that happen. But he could only do that because he had let go of the resistance. He had let go of the, I don't want to be in a wheelchair. I want to be able to walk. He had let go of all of that. Because when you're like that, come on, we've all been there. You can't think straight. You can't. You can't act with ration because you're irrational in those moments. So you got to come off, stop pouring salt in the wound. If it's in there, let it be in there, but cap it. Get it out of there after a period of time. And it depends on the situation. They say 5-minute rule, but of course, it goes without saying that it depends on the severity of what you're dealing with. Okay. If it's something huge, it may take you a little more than 5 minutes to get through that shit. But once you realize there has to be an end point, because staying that way does nothing but make it worse. So that realization right there lets you, okay, let me go ahead and feel this. But I realize at some point there's got to be a stopping point here, because this here, I can't think straight right now. So I'm going to go ahead and allow myself to feel this. And then we're going to go ahead and drop it, whether I want to or not, because I realize that being like this does nothing to help. I need to get in a place where I need to be able to figure my way through this, whether it be to set up a will or it be, okay, I think I can survive this. Either way, I need to be in my right mind. So let's just accept it is what it is, man. It is what it is. Can't change it. All right. And then deal with that. Then you're able to, don't forget to breathe in that process, in through the nose, out through the mouth, slowly, and allow your body to relax and accept what it is. And you have no, accept it. Don't say, I don't want to. You got to, because how do you figure you're going to make it through if you don't? And if you have no plans on making it through, that's between you and you. Okay. But if you want to make it through, that's the only way to do it. You got to accept what it is you've been given in that moment. Be present. It is what it is. And then you can move forward. Hi, baby. And come up with
Hello.
solutions and antidotes to get you through it. Hi, how are you?
Hi, I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. I'm
That's
better now
good.
that you're here.
I was just listening, enjoying the message of the midday therapy.
Thank you. I'm glad you're enjoying it.
My
Um,
new
huh?
Walmart coffee just arrived, so I'm happy.
Oh, cool. Our cat's gonna be happy. We ordered treats for her. She is addicted. Jen got her the treats with the catnip. She's hooked. She's like a crackhead. She's like a crack cat. Can I get my treats here? Yeah, yeah. I'm like, why did you get her started on those things, man?
I can't help it because, and she does this really long meow too. Like the longer she's gone without them, like we usually try to keep her stocked, but they,
Aziz.
she said she goes like this. Like this morning, I came out of the bathroom and the cat was like, it's like
Like
a
a long one, like
long,
she was singing a
constant
melody.
meow. Like, okay, I've waited all night. I still don't see these treats here. It was like, sorry, it was too late. It was too late to get the free delivery. I know, Aziz, right? She is
I'm
saying
at the
some.
point. I'm at the point to be better than I am. I think I'm already great. I feel good. Wait a minute. I feel good about myself. You're right. Oh, nice. Cool. Because you have to, right? You got to accept whatever's wrong in your life, because think about it, it's not you personally. And even if it is you, if it's a disease or something that you're dealing with, a mental illness that you're dealing with, or because mental illness is a disease as well, it's just a disease of the mind. If you're dealing with something mental or physical that is attacking your actual person, you've also got to do that. You've got to do the same thing that you do with your situations and accept it. That's the only way you can begin the healing process. And that's the only way that you can actually change the situations that you're in. You've got to accept that it is what it is. You pouring salt in the wound in that moment is not going to do anything but make your disease worse and the situation itself worse.
Mm-hmm.
Resist
Definitely.
that resistance when, and you know you're resisting something because you feel like crap. You feel bad. So you realize that you're in a resistance mode. When you feel those negative thoughts and feelings come into your person about a situation, that means you're resisting.
Mm-hmm.
So allow yourself to go ahead and resist, but stop it. Give yourself a threshold, however long you think, because you know you better than me, better than anybody. How long you think it's going to take you to get over that, but realize you have to at some point stop feeling that way, because that's how you're going to be able to move forward. So whatever you're going through or whatever you have, judge it. Okay, I think it's going to take me some time to get over this one, but I'm going to feel it right now. But I'm going to put this on the back burner and set myself an internal alarm clock that, okay, at some point I got to shut this shit off and I've got to move forward.
What do you recommend if you've done that and then it re-enters and
You repeat
resurfaces?
it. It's
Just
called
repeat the
repeat.
5 minutes, right?
It's called repeat. There is
Mm-hmm.
Prince wrote a beautiful song called "There Is Joy in Repetition." Okay, and that's
I
exactly
love
what he
that.
meant by that. Okay, there
I
is
love
joy.
repetition.
There's joy in repetition. That's how you create habits. And again, use it as a practice session. Oh, here it comes again. Okay, guess what? You don't work out with weights and get to bodybuilder status by doing it one time.
Right.
You feel me? So you get better at it as it happens to you. You need it to happen more than once, because that's how you get better at defeating that. You feel me?
It makes a lot of
That's how
sense
you,
because gotta lift the weights, gotta do the mental push-ups, right?
yeah, you do. And you don't get there just by defeating the demon once. Harry Potter. Let's go there, Dina. Is it Dina or Deanna?
Deanna.
Okay. Let's go there, guys. How many times did it take him to get it right with Expecto Patronum? He did not get it on the first try. And Professor Lupin said, I didn't expect you to get it the first time. That would have been remarkable. Although I was counting on Harry. I'm like, he's Harry Potter. Of course he can do it right the first time. Um, but I was a little disappointed. But Harry needed a few, but he didn't really get it until the end, where he kicked the living shit out of 100 Dementors at one time. But it took him failing a good 3 or 4 times before he got there. They did that. J.K. Rowling taught you. You got to fail. But that doesn't mean you stop trying. That means you just get better each time you try and fail. Notice he did that. The very first time, okay, he fell out. The second time, he actually managed to get it right. He got the idea of it. Oh, okay. Well, my strongest memory is mom and dad. The thing that makes me feel the best inside that I can use to combat these awful feelings is thoughts of my mom and father. That gives me, that emotes with me, that resonates with, that makes me feel really good. So let me think about mom and dad. Okay, yeah, that's the one that's got you. That's a powerful thing for me. So now my power matches your power. Bye-bye. Okay, so he got rid of it. But then when he was stuck at the lake with Sirius, and he had realized that he had discovered how to get him, and he did. He fought him off, but then they kept coming at him. You need to watch that with me, Jen. Again, I know we watched it a long time
I
ago.
want to watch it now because I feel like you know how I was with the Power of Now. I
Right.
listened to it then. I listened
Yeah.
to it when we first moved in here, pretty much, or
Yeah.
like a year ago, and then I listened to it about 3 months ago, and it meant something completely like I saw so much more meaning. So I'm like, I definitely got to watch it again now that that the analogies are so
Right. And
prevalent in
so
my
many
life
people
and
are
my
into
mind.
it, right? But yeah,
No.
I'm
I
gonna
knew
show
people
her.
were always into it. I remember saying to you when I was at the
People were
bar one
dressed up.
time, I saw those people dressed up, and I'm like, "What is going on? They dressed up to go to a movie? Like they're
Yeah,
older
man.
people. They're
But
not
yeah,
kids."
dude. I gotta show you Prisoner of Azkaban again. But that that scene where he is in denial, thinking that it wasn't him, it was his dad that had the power to defeat all of those dementors. But that third time he thought he'd had it down. And he did. He had it down and he fought off quite a few of them because that was the first time he fought more than one at a time. Just like the first time he fought one, failed. Then he defeated one. Okay. So then he got better and better each time because the third time he had 100 of them coming at him at once. And it's like, whoa, okay, all right, I
Like
got you.
Space Invaders,
Yeah, it's about 10 or
Galaga.
20 of you. 10 or 20. Okay. All right, there's 30. God, there's 40. There's like 100. Okay. But he fought one, then he fought many. Then he fought the pinnacle. When that time didn't work, he realized, okay, I need an even stronger emotion, but I realized that's what I need. And he comes back that last time, and there was no hesitation. There was nothing. There was everything that he had that was good in him. He used and he imagined himself, I think, living with Sirius. And if they're dead, that was never going to happen. So he had to defeat the Dementors in order for that to happen. He let go. He resisted nothing. He saw those dementors and he accepted the fact that there were 100 dementors coming at them. So once he did that, he was now, okay, now I'm going to show you what my wands really got going on. Okay? I'm going to show you who I am. I'm Harry fucking Potter, dude. So now that I see what happened and I see how you guys got me there because I was overwhelmed, I allowed the salt in the wound. I allowed 100 dementors to scare me. I see now that I can defeat 100 just like I defeated one. So I'm going to come up with a powerful enough thought and feeling that is going to take all of you out, and I'm going to hit you and hit you and hit you like you're coming at me. And that's what he did, and he defeated them.
Coffee beaned them.
He coffee beaned them.
I want to read Jessie's
You know?
comment real quick if it's all right with you.
Sure.
She said, "Yes,
Hey, Jess.
I noticed I cared way too much about situations recently. Now I'm like, okay, here we go. Same BS, different day. Give it a minute to be mad and move right along. No sense in it destroying the rest of the day or my mental mindset for things I cannot control." Nice. Hi,
Fucking A,
Clarissa.
Jess.
Welcome.
Fucking A. Hey, Clarissa. How you doing, sweetie? Thank you thank everybody, all of you that are here. Thank you. I appreciate you coming and hanging out with my craziness. Yeah,
We
yeah,
love your
Jess,
craziness.
you got it, girl. You got it. Accept it. Oh, here we go. That's what I told you. It sounds like something I told Jen. When you see it coming, and you know that it's gonna induce that feeling in you. I dealt with a situation this morning. Because with me, it's always a physical thing, and this is it's a catch-22, and it's bad because I deal with so much internally from the PTSD that it makes me really. I don't care if a 10-foot giant walked up to me. I fuck you. You know what I mean? Because you're not going to do to me anything worse than what I am doing to me mentally. I'm
Yes.
scared
Thank
of
you.
me. Okay? I'm scared of me. And because I'm scared of me, nothing out there can do nothing to me anymore. So, yeah, you are your own worst enemy, but here's the beautiful part. You are also your own best friend, and you
Best
got to
friend.
realize that, and you got to tap into that, and you got to use that. You know what I'm saying? Harry was his own worst enemy because he let the fear overtake him. But when he realized who he was, who you are, who I am, we are made again in the image of the fucking creator. You know how powerful that is?
That is
Use it.
powerful.
Okay? Use it. You have the power to defeat anything that comes your way simply by believing that you can and knowing, not just believing, knowing in your heart, mind, body, and soul, like you know your name, that you have the power to get through anything. And you already prove that you have that power because guess what? You're sitting here. You're here. Apparently you got something. You made it.
Yep.
Okay? You've already made it.
You're already off on the right start.
You already did it. So, like Harry, if you did it that one time, you can do it again and again and again. Jen, when it comes back, come on. I don't feel like it, but come on. I see you want to overtake me, pain body, which is what Eckhart Tolle calls your resistance mind. He calls it the pain body because that's what you are. Your pain body wants you to be it. It doesn't want you to be Jess. It doesn't want you to be Jen or Dawn or Aziz. It doesn't want you to be your own person. It wants you to envelop that pain and stay in that place. But you have to say, hey, no, pain, you go over there. And I'm going to stay here. I'll take you in for about 5 minutes, 10 minutes. All right. And I went through that this morning. All of a sudden I started, feeling a little woozy again. And I realized, okay, bitch, you haven't eaten since like 9 o'clock last night. And you drank 1 water today in your bathroom time, right? You're dehydrated. Drink your moringa, eat a banana. Stop thinking you're going to drop dead every time you get a weird feeling. Because guess what? Guess what was coming in my mind? Oh, is that why I've had some powerful streams? That's the memory that's going to be left. Is that why, Jen feels the way she feels? She feels like all of a sudden my mind started hitting me with all kinds of supporting thoughts to support the fear so that it would continue. They do that. They do that. Have you noticed when you get that feeling, a thought will come to make it even worse, and then the feeling gets worse, right? Then the feeling gets worse.
It's like a show, like reality TV. We always talk about it has a narrative that the producer tries to, like, you can make one person look bad, or they can make the other person look bad, even though it's pretty much different what really happens, like they say after you see the tell-alls and stuff. It's like your brain takes the narrative where you are and wants to support it, so it's going to put those other thoughts in and make it, and then start
make
to
the
make
feeling
even
worse.
what you're trying to be positive about, making reasons why that's not positive now. You know what I mean? Like, it'll take you in a whole whirlwind. Yeah, like when you tried to say
they feed off each other. They are tag teaming you. Your thoughts and your feelings
a good thing
will tag
that you've had
team you.
really great streams and Jessie said shows the podcast are working, babe. Like when what with her thoughts of her not letting that mental mindset run away with her of things she can't control. That is a good thing, but your mind spun that. Oh, is that why I've had powerful streams lately? Because I'm dying? Like it took something
That's
good.
what they're going to remember me by, is I've had a few powerful streams. So oh man, that's so fucked up. She was always talking about, I had it. I had the picture of it. I pictured you guys talking about.
I do that craziness.
Oh man, I pictured Jess and all you guys talking about, God damn, But
it's that funeral guy you played yesterday. He got
thinking, right? It's like I had you guys talking about me, and like, wow, man, look at the track she was on, and I'm like, and I went, and oh man, I feel good right now. Like I legit feel good right now, because I'm like, I realized I made it through that, and I didn't die. And what happened was this. And it's so funny because I knew I was going to do this stream based on this. I said, bitch, use it. I did it the same thing. Remember a couple weeks ago, I had that same thing. What are you talking about in these streams? Why are you not using it? Why are you not using it? Use it. Use it right now. Okay. All right. I don't like this feeling. I feel really weird. What can I do? all right, I'm accepting it. And if that does happen, then okay, at least I may have touched some people and they can use those streams and they can go on and maybe somebody will create a better stream and maybe things will be good. And Jen, maybe her uncle will pay for her getting so she can sprinkle me in the ocean. You know what I
You're
mean?
crazy.
All right. Oh, girl, you have no idea. I'm
You
a
went
creator.
there, all
So
the way there.
how do you think I make videos? I got to picture the shit first. I have a crazy ass imagination. I need to write a book. So
You have
anyway,
no
right?
idea but where my mind is.
I
So
know.
you do
Guys,
know.
we are going to
Yeah.
collaborate. Jen and I are going to get, because both of us are writers, we're going to write something. So I know we're going to come together on an ebook one day and it's going to blow y'all socks off. But yeah, you know what? Yeah, maybe Midday needs to be a book. But the point is, I am here right now. I didn't drop dead in the kitchen. After I accepted it, I made myself the moringa. I ate a banana. I drank some water and I allowed myself to move forward. And slowly but surely, all the way up until literally almost when I started the stream, I noticed it start to dissipate and get less and less and less.
Is
And
that
I
when you
realized
came into the room and I was talking on the phone?
I was still kind of going through it then. Yeah.
Because
I was tapering
I
off
was
then.
going through something too. We both looked at each other and I was like, I feel like something's wrong with her, so I'm not gonna put my stuff on
Yeah,
her
I
right
was
this
I was
minute.
tapering
And
off.
then
When I came in and got the
I could tell
moringa,
something was off.
I knew you could. That's where I knew. Look, dude, we
I
are
thought it
in
was
each
just
other's
because of my
heads.
stuff going on that I don't
We
want
are
to talk
in each
about.
other because you know what? When I went in and got the moringa and you said something to me, I'm like, yeah. And I'm like, okay, I got a thought that she knows. I got a thought right then when I was walking out of the bedroom, she knows.
Yeah.
And I'm like, she can feel you. She knows that you're going through something right now. So try to be calm. Don't go through a panic attack. Just go make your moringa. That's why I came in with the lemon water and everything. And I'm like, I was legit going through that at that time.
Yeah.
So, and I knew you knew it. I don't know how I knew you. And that's because we're so connected, but that is but guess what? Not only are you and I connected, the connection that you and I have, that is what is the universe.
Yeah.
That is, we all legit have that and are able to feel each other. That is the true meaning of God. It is what it is. That is the true meaning of God because that extends outside of your body. And we're talking about creation process outside of it. What is that? That is the creation. That is the universe. Okay. And it's something we can't control, but we can control our portion of it. Our little piece of the landscape, our real estate in that whole thing is what is our energy that lives inside of our bodies, which is what is going to be powerful as hell when you get out of this prison here. It's not a prison, it's a temple, but you'll be even more powerful. Go ahead, baby.
Oh, Jessie said technically she's a published author. Nice. And she said you mentally connect to people and we notice people's vibes and changes or tones or energies. We all notice if people's vibes, even at work, are shifted. It's a connection that is beneficial. On a chat, we can tell there's a problem.
Oh, hell yeah.
Like that's how powerful vibration is. You can feel that something is off in a room, whether it's a real room, a chat room, a whole building, like a whole, aura around somebody. You can just tell without, I've said that before, you can walk into a room and you can read the room
You can
without
feel a vibe.
anyone saying a word. And that lets you know that we're powerful pieces of energy that have nothing to do with our own, really our body or our,
Yeah.
our mind.
You got it. Which makes it what? Controllable.
Yeah.
That makes it fucking controllable. If it's not something like, okay,
It's not tangible.
As much as I want to pick up this 18-wheeler truck, there's no physical way I'm going to be able to do that shit. I don't care how strong I think I am. But a thought is a simple matter of changing the radio station. Okay? It's a simple matter of getting yourself into a place like Harry did okay, where he thought about something that was just as powerful as that negativity that the Dementor was bringing his way. And it was just as powerful, but for the good, okay? It was like good versus evil. And that good thought and feeling, it had to let it well him up and become a feeling that was stronger than the fear. And that's what happened. And he defeated the Dementors as a result of that. That's exactly what we got to do, guys. You have the power to change that frequency. Can I, if I was riddled with cancer right now in this moment, can I snap my finger and change that? No, I cannot. But what I can do is get rid of the fear behind it. Because fear, especially with cancer, I know because I've been there, right? Especially with cancer, and Ariella probably knows this. The fear is like gaslit. It's like lighter fluid. It's like propane to a flame. It will take that cancer and let it spread quicker than even the doctors could have predicted. So it's very important that you learn how to master your emotions because they are extremely powerful and they affect you physically. You feel me? They affect you physically. And if you learn how to change the dial and get off of that negative emotion, just like Harry did with the Dementors, and transfer to what you prefer. Shout out to Karen Everett. Okay. Then you will start working your mind and body and spirit and the universe, whatever it is, will come together to make what you prefer happen. I want to be better. Okay, so let's take it one step at a time. I can't do it. First thing I got to do is, all right, accept it. It's jacked up. But now that I've accepted it and I've made funeral arrangements and set my will up, okay, all that's done. Now we know we're going to die. Okay, what do we do now? Okay, remember the movie The Bucket List?
Yes.
That's what you do. Now that they found out they were going to die. So what did they do? They created a bucket list.
So we're all dying, so we should live.
They jumped out of planes and did everything that they could do. And when you find yourself in that place,
list is? I thought it was to buy a bunch of different buckets, like one for the car, washing the car, one for the mopping the. I'm joking it too.
Oh my God. But you create that bucket list, guys. Create that. And it doesn't have to be a death bucket list. It could be a bucket list of like, okay, like I always talk about us with the financial thing. This morning I made a bucket list of, well, what can we pay? What can we have this amount of money? What can get paid? And let's get that off the plate. And that way you take off all of the little stuff and then you can focus on one thing at a time. You create a bucket list, you move forward, but not until you accept the situation for what it is. And that way you can do that.
T. Harv Eker, I believe it was, wasn't it, that we used to listen to his teachings in his books? He said, you have a debt, create a repayment plan, and then move forward.
Okay, so that's the secret. You're talking about Bob Proctor. I get you,
though.
though.
Bob Proctor.
Yeah, Bob Proctor said, stop letting that debt control
the worry
you.
Is worse than the,
Yeah, he said you're focused on debt. Whatever you focus on is what you're going to keep bringing into your existence. I'm focused on debt. Oh, so much money.
Expect a check.
Right. Instead of focusing on debt, figure out what you can pay, get that paid, and then focus on prosperity. Focus on, okay, now how can I make some more money to get the rest of it paid? And then screw these bills. How can I get financially free so that I never have to worry about being in that situation again? That's what you really need to be focused on. Getting financially free, not paying bills. Paying bills is going to happen anyway. Even when you're a millionaire, you got bills. Okay, you got more. All right. But you have to get to a point where you have so much abundance that you never go through that again. That's where I'm at. That's the direction I'm trying to go in.
That's right. That's where we are. We've been already on that trajectory there. I think we make things harder than it is sometimes. I think now that we're ready to pursue our passions, that's going to come even faster.
Making things harder than it is another way of saying we're resisting.
Yep.
and pouring salt in the wound.
That is a
That's
good
what
point.
it's doing. It's
Yeah.
making things harder than it is. You
I
just
feel like
said
at some point during the stream, I don't know how, because I don't even know what the topic is half the time when I jump on here. I bring it all the way, reel it all the way in, and say something, and you're like, "That's the point," because you, from everything you said, I figure out something like, "Oh, so you know what? Yeah, that's this," and you're
that's
like, "Yeah,
okay,
exactly.
baby.
That's resisting."
You got to put it in your own words. You gotta,
Exactly.
so it
Gotta work it out
resonates
in my
with
mind.
you. Yeah. So it
Right.
resonates with you. You gotta think about it in terms of how Jen would approach it and how Jen would deal with it. And,
Mhm.
and it makes more sense to you. It's, oh, okay. That's what it means. We make things harder than they have to be by resisting it. What is,
Yeah.
take it in, feel
Most
it.
of
If
the
it's a
stuff that's
situation
the
that's,
issue is what we're
yeah,
thinking in our mind, the stories we're making up,
the soap
the
opera.
guilt, you
Yeah.
know?
We create these grand soap operas. That's what T. Harv Eker also said. We create these grand soap operas in our mind of what's going to happen when I tell her this. Oh God, she's going to do this and she's going to do that. She's going to do that. What's going to happen when I call the IRS? They're going to say, okay, what's your address? All right, an
Always
officer will be
the
there in a little
worst
bit
case
to lock
scenario in
you
our
up.
mind, right?
No. Okay, we make shit out way worse than what it is, and that's because that's how powerful our thoughts are. That's how powerful our mind is. Why? Because why? We're creators, and what is that doing? It's creating, isn't it?
Yeah.
You're creating a vision. You're visualizing, and when you visualize, you create out of
And
that.
our brain
That's how I make
always
videos.
goes to, unfortunately, because of the way we've been programmed and just the way that that pain body exists, is it will automatically, in most cases, until we practice with this muscle, it's going to go to
Yeah,
the negative. It's going to go to the worst case scenario. It's going to go to the fear. It's going to go to the guilt. It's going to go to the stories that this is going to happen, that's going to happen, what if this happens, what if that happens. None of that is probably ever going to happen. What is this person going to say? What is that person going to say? Like your stream was yesterday, things go on, you know? So, really, what it's all about is where are you at right now, and what is,
right.
you
And where are
know,
you allowing
where,
yourself to be
what
taken?
narrative can you create that's going to be a positive narrative if you're going to create one,
Yeah. If
which
you're going to create
ultimately will
anyway,
rearrange the universe to that,
exactly.
like,
Like Jesse Lawless said, if you got to walk forward anyway, can we not walk through the dog shit? Can we walk around it? Why would you do that? Why would you allow your emotions or something somebody else did or said or take you there? Why would you let that you let that put you in dog shit? Oh, they said this about me, and stars do it all the time. They read reviews and all those types of things, and they feel they get in their feels about it because, oh God, they said I sucked in that movie. That's their opinion. They're allowed to have it. They're what they think. Look, I heard something that made a lot of sense when I was working out and listening to my Motiversity station. What other people think of you is none of your damn business, and stop making it your business. That's a thought in their head. That's a feeling in their head. And guess what? If it's a negative feeling, guess who's experiencing the negativity? Them. Let them go through that negative shit. That's on them to work out. You do not let their negativity fuck with you. Do
Mhm.
not let somebody else's negativity cover you up in that. Live in your own truth. What you think about me is if you like me, great, thanks, cool. Hey, anything positive is cool. If you don't like me, okay, it is what it is. If there's nothing I can do to change it, it is what it is. But I'm gonna be me. You'll find out that when you approach people or let somebody know, okay, whatever you think about me is what you think about me, they will respect you more. They may actually start liking you. Damn, you don't care? No, I don't. Sorry, I don't. You hate me? Good for you. Have fun with that negativity. Fuck out of my face. Bye bye. Go be negative. Okay? Because guess what? I'm going to be positive. I like me. And since I have the power to keep myself happy and at peace, that's who I'm going with. And I like me. So you don't have to. And move on. You know, you know what? Let me take a quick break because I want to play this. I was so touched by it. I played it yesterday and I'm going to play it one more time. This is Karen Everett, something she said on her stream about this stream the other night. Check this out.
You guys see JJ video, that's what I was talking about. Go on their noonday, they do a noonday chat every day. And they talk about different ways to improve your health, your mental health. They talk about situations, and then also they allow you to comment and converse with them. And so it's really good. And like what I was saying about being a listening spirit, we all need one at some point. But sometimes being a listening spirit could be a little overwhelming. So I'm really grateful for JJ Video for their noonday chats, because I share it with people who I know need to talk to someone and perhaps learn different ideas, and learn that other people are going through similar situations that they are. Sometimes it helps to know that you are not alone. Seriously.
That was great. That was
Okay,
really cool.
if someone with her following can say that about her, and that is not a cameo. I did not pay for that. I just happened to catch her live stream the other night, and when she saw that I had joined, she, hey JJ Video, hey girl, and then she went into that. I thought, whoa. And from time to time, you'll see her. She'll jump in the stream. She'll comment. Karen and Thomas BSR. So thank you so much for believing in the stream. And, you know, obviously she's probably seen some of the stuff that you guys have said, and realized that you guys are interacting and getting things from it. And you are contributing as well, because Jess has come up and talked, and Ro, and you know what I mean? So that is huge. You think the stream's not going to get huge when Karen Everett is sharing it? She's got 100,000 something subscribers on it. She's freaking the family Chantel. Okay, everybody knows who she is. So if we can affect her in a good way, then you know we are on our way, man. We are on our way to possibly helping some people who are dealing with things that they don't know how to work their way out of it by our experiences. All of us, not just me, not just Jen, all of you guys. We have all been through something. And when we come up here and we talk about it and share it and share how we got through it and help each other get through if we're going through something in that moment, that helps people. So please share the stream. Please tell people that everybody that you know, hey, 12:30, and just know every day at 12:30, I hit that button. Okay, I don't care what's going on, and especially from here on out. I let the Medicare thing take me off the other week, but that was the first time I had, missed in like forever. 12:30, I'm gonna be right here. You don't need a notification or nothing like that. 12:30, my ass is gonna be on. So just know that. It's 12:30. And if you can make it, great. If you can't, hey, that's fine too. I know you can catch the replay game. I know you got us. So guys, it's been an amazing stream. It's been an absolute amazing stream, and I'm so glad that you guys were able to make it. And I thank you for coming in here, and thank you for getting what you're getting and contributing to the stream.
Dee said, as long as you did everything that you could, then that is all that matters. This was before when you were saying, I think that it
Absolutely.
doesn't matter what other people think or the situation, as long as you did everything that you could, that's all that matters. Because that's what's going to make you feel right within yourself. You know what I
Right.
mean? We
Right.
put out what we want in return, and sometimes we may not get it, but it doesn't mean we can't put it out to the next person and to the people that need it, because that law of attraction is going to draw to the right people. And sometimes it can overtake, like you said, even what you were talking about with the Harry Potter earlier. Sometimes
Yeah.
that good can overtake the evil, and get
Some
rid of.
Yeah, and see, when you say, well, what do you do when it comes back? You keep doing it. And that good will get stronger and stronger and stronger. And it's not always going to be the same vision that you have and the same feeling. Just like the first time, I think that he did it, he was thinking of one thing. And the second time, I guess he tried it again and it didn't work. I guess because he already used the power of that thought. So you may have to change what makes you get through that from time to time. If you use something like this dude, how Everard said, when he lost all his clients and his mortgage was due and everything was happening, he said that 5 minute rule didn't work. Okay. I mean, but that didn't mean he threw it out from that point. It just
Right.
means in that instance, it was something that was way, way overwhelming, and 5 minutes wasn't going to cover it. A little bit longer period of time was what he needed. And he did eventually get his mind in a place. That's when he started his miracle morning, actually. So when he accepted it finally, that he was, working towards broke because he was losing clients because of the crash in 2007, that once he accepted it, he created out of it. He started looking for things to help him mentally get to a place where he could stop focusing on his debt. And he came up with the miracle morning. And look what has happened since then. He hasn't looked back.
So many good things can, if you get in that place of acceptance and then become creative of how to get yourself out of it, so many good things can come from that adversity. So sometimes when you're in the middle of adversity or change, you have to really remember that too. And
Hard, it's
can't
hard in the thick of it.
past anything, to your point, by resisting it, because it's always going to be there in the back of your mind, in the side of your mind, wherever it is. You can't really focus on your creativity and moving forward if you are stuck in
if
that.
you're resisting.
Yep.
Because guess what? You're also resisting you're resisting your creativity. You're resisting what makes you, because you are not you in that moment. You are
You're not.
the pain. You're
But
your
you're
pain
not fully
body.
there.
You are your pain body. You are this person that is feeling this way or feeling this way. You're not you. Your natural essence. Think about it. Was anybody here born depressed? Was anybody here right? Was anybody here born angry?
No.
Did you even know what that was? No. You were born that way. Your natural state is a state of peace and lovingness
I think I was
and
born
joy.
hungry.
You know what I mean? So you can get back to that state once you let all the crap that has happened in the world, that has come for you in your life, your piece of the crap in the world, that there are certain things that some of it I may not be dealing with, Aziz is dealing with, and Aziz is not dealing with what I'm dealing with, but we're both together dealing with something. So different things are going to come in to make us accept it. There's going to be different things that we're going to use to get over it, because we're different people and we're in different situations. But the process
The
is
principles
still
are the same.
the process is still the same. You got to accept it. You got to take it in, and do not deny yourself the feeling of remorse or mourning or grief or anger or whatever. Don't deny yourself, because you're a human being. You have to feel it. Get into it. Ugh. If you got to hit a wall, if you got to throw something, feel that thing, but then realize, okay, at some point I got to stop this. So I'm going to give myself a time frame. I'm going to let myself go through this for about 2 days, and then I'm going to do whatever it takes then I'm going to say, and I'm going to stop.
Yeah.
I'm going to flip the switch. I'm going to give myself a week to get over my mom's death. I'm going to give myself a month to get over my mom's death. I'm going to give myself 5 minutes to get over the fact that I just got fired. I'm going to give myself 2 days to get over the fact that I just got fired. And then I'm going to say, okay, it is what it is. I can't change it. So what do I want? I'm going to go now look for the job, look for the fucking job. Because you can't stay in that place. Because if you do, and you do consider, those are the people that end up.
If somebody got fired and they really legit stayed in that negativity, they will never open up to a new opportunity. And even when they go to a new opportunity, they're going to be closed off and think, oh, they're just going to do the same. You know what I mean? And it's going to block their creativity and blessings and everything.
Yes.
So but sometimes, and I do this sometimes, I ignore the negative and go right to the positive because I'm a positive person. However, not taking that moment to accept the emotions,
Has
you
created
know, I've
OCD.
gotten much better with it. The older I've
Yeah,
gotten recently, obviously. What did I say the other day? Like I'm becoming a sap. Is that what it is? I'm just
you're
crying
not a
like a
set.
sap. I can
You
cry a
have
lot
to
easier,
cry. You
you
have to
know.
cry. You have to cry. You know
Dee
what I
said
mean?
nature is a balance of yin and yang. Yes, it is. We
Oh
love
my
the yin
God.
yang.
Dude,
Our
do you
wedding theme was
know
yin yang.
our wedding thing was yin yang? Do you know how many yin yangs we have hanging around this house? That used to be my emoji, actually. That or my avatar. That it used to be a yin yang sign. And it's not just the obvious, the black white thing, but that's indicative of us, right? But it's the balance. Jen is very, very a very calming spirit. I, however, am extremely emotional. That's one of the reasons Cancers and Capricorns make such a good pairing, because Capricorns are not overly emotional about anything. You know, they take things a lot more in stride. Cancers, however, can allow their emotions to completely overtake them. You know, and I think about that. One of the best examples of that is me having that panic attack years ago, Jen, and me looking through the panic attack and seeing you like, babe, you're okay. Look at me. You're okay. Look at my eyes. And it's like I was looking through somebody and I'm like, but I was in there. My essence and my peaceful person, my peaceful spirit was in there looking through the pain body and seeing you trying to calm me down. And eventually you pulled that out of me. And
Mhm.
I was able to then overtake the pain body and say, okay, go to the window and breathe. Go to the window and breathe. Take in some air. Woo! Move forward. Move forward. You're moving forward. Look, you're still here. Okay. You didn't fall. Okay. Keep going. Keep going with that.
Yeah.
And that's how you do it. That's how we help each other. That's how we help ourselves get through that. I have to sometimes be that for myself, you know, when you're not right there, just like you have to do it. If you're working and I'm in here, you know, you and we can't come together, that you got to learn how to be that for
Yeah.
yourself. Because at the end of the day, we are truly, and I hate to put it this way, but we are truly alone at the
Yeah,
end of the
we're
day.
we're the only person that lives in ourself 24/7 and are the ones that need to, even sometimes if somebody else is saying something, you can hear it, but you can't hear it until you resonate with it. You
Yeah,
know,
that is so
he said
true.
happiness can be found even in the darkest of times when one only remembers to
To
turn on
turn
the
on the
light
light.
in the door. Yes, Rebecca said. Uh,
You
Dee
know
said,
I'm a
I told
pothead.
JJ that's
I'm a
why we're
pothead.
sisters. Yes, earth signs. I love it.
Goblet of fire, baby. Goblet of fire. Look, it's like Bible scriptures. I can quote.
I know,
Ah,
right?
that's
I'm
goblet
like,
of fire. Hour 2, minute 3, or something like that. I'm like, that was 15 minutes into Goblet of Fire. Um, actually, that probably was about
oh
that.
my gosh, that's
But yeah,
a good quiz to do. Like, have people give you words from the movie, and then you guess what time of the movie they were on.
you know something? One of the reasons why Harry Potter resonates with so many people is because it's about this very thing that we're talking about. Think about it.
And
It's about
everybody
a
has it.
boy, it's about a very dark, dim thing. And it is surrounded and covered in death and destruction. And yet you've got this beacon of light that is Harry Potter, who had this horrific fate cast upon him. Both parents were killed when he was a baby. You know, his fate ultimately is to die at the hands of Voldemort. But at the end of the day, when it all boiled down, he came out smelling like roses at the end of it, because he gone through the absolute worst thing and had come through it and defeated the ultimate demon. You know,
Mm.
think about that. That is what we are talking about here. Okay, we are going to go through dark times. We're going to have darknesses within ourselves. I love that they did Prisoner of Azkaban and made him go through demons within, because he was dealing with so much bullshit on the outset, and he's got this freaking evil god after him. You know what I mean? But what was Harry dealing with on the inside, having gone through all of that? You know, and
Yeah,
having that as his future. He had a bad past and a bad future. So yeah, of course, at some point they had to deal with what's going on with the person inside. And that's what Prisoner of Azkaban is about, dealing with his inner demons. And he learned how to get through that. He learned how to get through that. So, and I know it's fiction, but it's so indicative. Hey, art imitates life and life imitates art. Okay. Where was J.K. Rowling? What place was she in when she wrote those books? Was she in a dark place? Was she Harry Potter? You know, did she make it through some shit and created a character around that? So yeah, that's what it's all about. That's why Harry Potter is so powerful. It's not just a children's story. It is when you look at the outset. It is when you look at it on the surface. But when you go deeper, oh my God, it's so funny because the young woman I was with at the time, she had 3 sons and I had my daughter, and we all went, oh, we want to say, okay, all right, let's take the kids to see Harry Potter. So we took it. We took the kids to see Harry Potter, and everybody was talking about it afterwards. I went to see it 13 times alone after that. Me, by myself, the adult. Okay? You went to see it again, Miss Dawn? Yeah, I did. You liked it? Yeah, I did. And I kept going to see it. This was the first one. I saw it 13 times in the movies. I went to see it every chance I get. Oh, I got a few hours.
Watch a movie 13 times in one day sometimes.
I got a couple hours. I'm going to see Harry Potter. I couldn't get enough of it. So yeah, it's a children's story, but it affects all of us no matter what age we are because of the truths that it addresses. We all identify with Harry Potter, all of us, grown, young, who you name it, black, white, purple, green, we all identify with Harry Potter.
I love that. I love analogies because I think they help us so much. Like you said, if you don't look deeper past the surface, whether it be with people or situations or things that you could judge in a book by its cover, like you said, you could just said, oh, it's a kids movie, I'm not even going to see it. But you took a minute to have the open mind, and then you saw the depth of what it.
And look at the benefits I got from it.
Mm-hmm.
Look at the benefits I got from it. And this was this was literally right before the cancer. You know, because it came out in what, 2000, 2001? Yeah, I think 2001 was when what's the name of the first one?
Dee said the complexities are amazing.
The stone, the Sorcerer's Stone is the first one. And yeah, there's a lot of darkness to that movie. It's not just, ooh, Harry Potter. No, you know, there's a lot of darkness in that movie, and how he overcomes a lot of that darkness teaches you things. It teaches you lessons. And Prisoner of Azkaban is, if you can't tell, is my absolute favorite. Even more so than the last book. Although the last book, I love the way that they had the ending. Why didn't the movie do that? Why did they not do the movie how they ended the book? That was weak. I wanted to see him and Voldemort face off like they did in the book. The whole jumping and Harry getting the wand. I wanted to see that. I read that. I remember when that book came out, and it's like this thick. I still have it. It's like this thick. I remember, I couldn't wait because the books are always better than the movie. And I read through that book, and that ending, I'm like, I can't wait for this movie. And they did not do it justice at all. They did not do it justice. And I keep talking about that. But anyway, guys, thank you. I'm going to go ahead and end it here. Thank you so much for coming in here today and listening to me rant and rave and ramble. Jen, thank you so much, baby.
Thank you for having me. Thank you, everybody, for coming and for talking with us. And Dee said it gets darker as it goes.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah. All the way up to the point where Harry actually dies, you know, and he realizes, holy shit, I actually have to die. And he had to confront Voldemort and let him do Avada Kedavra. He had to let him kill him in order to get through to the resolution that needed to happen. But he actually came back from death, a lot like how Elrod did, you know. And really, we can use death as a metaphor here, guys, because when you go through something deep and dark, but it doesn't, like, literally, what doesn't kill you makes you stronger, right? But you can equate it to, because it is like a dying of sorts, right? You go through a situation, but then you come out of it. And that situation itself experiences the death and not you. You feel me? Something's got to So it's got to be the situation that you're in. And that's something that we can talk about tomorrow. Let the situation die. You don't die. You move forward. You know, you move forward. Let that be what it is. You don't have to let it take you here, there, and everywhere and take you down. Okay? Because that's not how you get through this thing called life. You're going to go anyway. You might as well, while you're here, learn how to master this process so that you can go through and have as many peaceful days as you can, because it at some point is going to be over. I don't want to be laying on my deathbed saying I fucking hated life, and because guess what, that's not going to help anything, and now I gotta go and I blew my chance to have a good time. Screw that. Screw that. If I'm gonna be here, I'm gonna, because guess what, there's a whole lot of good shit in the world. There's a whole lot of good things to experience. A whole lot of cool
what you focus on, right?
Right. There's a whole lot of cool people that I haven't met yet. There's a whole lot of things that I haven't seen. And I may not see it, but I can still be here to experience it. I can still smell apple pie. I may not be able to see it, but I can still smell it. I can still taste it. So what is it meant for my eyes to eat the apple pie? No. It's meant for me to taste and eat it. So I can still enjoy apple pie. I'm not going to let my blindness, the fact that I can't fucking see the thing, stop me from enjoying some apple pie. I still watch TV and watch movies with the peripheral vision that I have and still enjoy them. Okay, I can't see it right. I'm not going to look at it. So now I've cheated myself of the enjoyment that I could have gotten out of that. Don't do that to yourself. Stop letting negative emotions, feelings, situations win. I can't say it any differently than that. Stop letting that win. You can accept it, and then you take the power straight out of it. Okay, I accept you. Now what? You mean you're not scared of me? You mean you're not depressed about me? You mean you're not angry about me? Nope. I was. Now I'm not. Next. Okay, let's move on. So now what do? How do we fix this? How do we move forward? And that's how it's done. And the more you do that, because you're going to have to keep doing it. Sorry. It's never going to stop. That's never going to stop. So, but the more you do it, the better you get at it. And the better you get at it, you do get to a point where you can kind of see the shit coming and hey, you know what? That's something that's going to cause me to go a place I don't want to go. So guess what? Instead of suppressing the feeling once it's already gotten in, avoid it. Okay? If you look, I always use Prince. Prince could not stand the Kardashians. Remember when he was on New Girl? Okay, apparently one of the Kardashians was supposed to be there, and he knew that was going to set him off. He said, I'm not going to be on there if the Kardashian is going to be on there. So he stopped it before it happened. Okay? If you're walking into a room and you know somebody is in there that you don't like and you always fight no matter what, gotta go.
Yep.
Why do you want to walk into that? Why do you want to walk through the dog shit?
Yeah, I was going to say, there goes the dog.
Okay? You're here. Hey, guys, sorry about this. I'll catch y'all later. Don't go through it, because then you got to go through all this accepting bullshit and go through it and cleanse your emotions.
Yeah,
it's a pain in the ass to do that.
D said, protect your peace.
And we're going to end it with that. I love it. D, see, you got the D, man. Dawn, Deanna, D. D is J and D is very powerful. Those are two powerful letters, man. Yeah, exactly. That's what this is all about. That's what the whole premise of this stream is. That's what my life is about now. Protecting. I have to do it myself on a daily basis from me. Okay. So you guys stay protecting your peace. I will be here mañana. It's already Friday. Holy crap.
Wow, this week went really fast.
Yeah, we're already now going to do Friday stream. No way. I mean, it is really flying, dude.
Life is flying. We better enjoy
it. Freestyle Fridays. I'm going to put the link up tomorrow. I will probably have a topic, but I'm going to put the link up at the first thing as soon as I hit the button. That way, if anybody wants to jump in and talk about something, they are more than welcome to do it. I meant to do it today, but it got long and I got into it. But we're going to do Freestyle Friday tomorrow, guys. So come on in, bring your thoughts, your snack thought.
I'm going to need it.
Yeah, you know, but I hope you guys have a fantastic rest of your day. Remember, don't let it accept it and move forward. Time yourself. Okay, however long it take you to get over that. If it's too late and you couldn't avoid it, deal with it. Okay, suck it up, buttercup. Deal with it and then move on. Don't let it overtake you. Don't let it ruin your entire day, because there's all shit that you're gonna miss if you do that. Okay, I love you guys from the bottom of my heart. I love you, and have a great day. I'll see y'all mañana.
Love you guys.
Did you know that you could single-handedly help this channel grow by clicking the like button down here on the left? And if you're not already, go ahead and subscribe here on the right. Share the video with friends and family, and don't forget to hit the notification bell so you can get notified when we do new videos or live streams. Thanks!